Reproductive processes and organs differ significantly between marsupials and eutherians. Male eutherians have a singular penile head to match the female singular vaginal canal, whereas marsupials have adapted a bifid penis to complement the female's two lateral vaginas. In both infraclasses, fertilization occurs internally. The sperm travels along the vaginal canal into the fallopian tubes to reach the oocyte in the oviduct. Only one sperm will penetrate and fertilize. Within 24 hours, the Eutherian zygote cleavage begins. 4 days later, the blastocyst is formed and the egg then implants into the uterus in subsequent days. Comparatively, in marsupials, a 4-celled blastocyst implants into the uterus within 24 hours. At this point, gestation begins. Eutherian gestation periods vary between 16 days in gerbils to 22 months in elephants. By comparison, marsupials have shorter gestation periods, ranging from 12.5 days in bandicoots to 44 days in tree kangaroos. This does not suppress or disrupt the next ovulation cycle, although exceptions to this are the great kangaroo and the swamp wallaby, which live in less arid conditions. This adaptation allows for a reduction in energy output and reduces risk costs associated with offspring mortality, especially in uncertain environmental conditions. During the gestation period, the Eutherian fetus develops internally via an implanted hematural placenta. This facilitates early embryonic development via an efficient transfer of nutrients, removal of waste, respiration, and signalling between the embryo and mother. It is highly complex in contrast to the simple marsupial placenta, as it consists of chorion, allantois, and maternal uterine tissues. Upon reaching full term, the fetus travels from the womb along the singular vaginal canal through a series of contractions, facilitated by a positive feedback loop. In marsupials, the placenta is less invasive due to the extended lactation period, which supports development of the fetus in an external pouch. This corresponds with the intrauterine gestation in eutherians. Marsupial births occur through a pseudovaginal canal. During the early stages of the unaided crawl to the pouch, the umbilical cord remains attached. However, as the neonate approaches, it detaches, and once inside the pouch, the neonate permanently attaches to a teat. Birth-weight ratios between eutherians and marsupials differ significantly. Marsupials have a much lower birth weight. A deer weighing 45 kilos will probably produce an offspring weighing about 3 kilos, as opposed to a red kangaroo which weighs 30 kilos will produce an offspring of only a gram. The smallest marsupial neonate known is the Western Australian honey possum, which weighs only 5 micrograms. Diapause is an adaptation found in 0.02% of all mammal species, seen largely in marsupials living within the arid conditions of Australia. It is also present in some eutherians, specifically those living at higher latitudes. During diapause, the embryo is either suspended or development is slowed at the blastocyst stage. This is independent of the time of mating or gestation period. Reactivation, which can be up to a year later, occurs when the environmental conditions are right for offspring survival. This can be influenced by an increase in food and nutritional resources, temperature, rainfall, or the seasonal photoperiod. The evolution of anatomical features and reproductive adaptations, including reduced gestation periods, smaller birth weight ratios, diapause, pouch development, and lactational variations, have all allowed marsupials to conquer the arid conditions within Australia, where eutherians struggle to survive.